Hello everyone and welcome to the Camden Stitch. I am Jay and today I'm going to be doing a little video about my sewing plans that I've achieved for September and October. First of all, big apologies, disappointment all round. I don't think Betsy will be in. She's crashed out in my sewing chair and she's in a little patch of sunlight and everything about her says that she's staying put, so it's just me and you today. I thought I'd do a little video. I really wanted to do a sewing plans video at the beginning of September, but time ticked on and there were other things I wanted to film, do videos about. So yeah, I'm going to do this one for September and October, and I'm sure I've got more than enough plans to keep me busy. So without further ado, if you saw my vlog about FC Fabric Studio fabric haul, then you will know that I've just filmed that. So I'm filming 2 videos on the same day, and I'm wearing my Simplicity jumpsuit that I hacked into separates with a paper bag waist, and it's absolutely boiling here in London. It's like 24 degrees today, so yeah, it's quite nice. So my first plans are for this fabric, which I just talked about on the FC Fabric Studio fabric haul. I got a remnant for about 2 meters from the factory sale a few weeks ago. The remnant was about 3 or 4 pounds and it's about 1.8 meters, and I'm going to make it into a Nina jumpsuit by Wear Lemonade, and I'm going to make 2 of them, one in a woven and one in a jersey, and hopefully see how they work out. But I think the jersey one will be more for sort of slobbing around the house, and sorry about my broken fingernail, they look so horrible, don't they? The woven one is going to be in this linen look fabric, I think it's called linen look fabric from Fabricland, the land of the fabrics. From Fabricland, they've had it on sale recently. They had it in 3 colours, royal blue, cerise and navy, big polka dots, and it was something like £1.99 a metre. It was super cheap. So I got a couple of meters of that, and I'll post a picture of the Nina jumpsuit, but I absolutely love it. It reminds me of one that I had when I was 10, when I was first starting to find my own style, and it was very similar to this style, but it was pale pink and it had kind of cording attached to the front, running down the front, 2 front sections, and I loved it so much. So they're both destined to be jumpsuits. The other thing that I'm making, because I've just subscribed to the Wear Lemonade pattern library, which means you've got access to all of their patterns, I'm making 2 pairs of the Fiona Dungarees, and this is the fabric that I'm making one of them in. It's just purple corduroy from Fabricland. It was £5 a metre, and the quality is okay, but I've washed it twice now with colour catchers in, 2 colour catchers, and each time the colour catchers they've come out absolutely indigo. They've come out, hang on a minute, they've come out that colour, the colour of my squash bottle. So just be warned if you're buying this, flipping heck. And luckily I didn't wash it with anything else that it leaked into. So I'm making 2 pairs of the Fiona Dungarees. I've already done a 12 for them. I suffer from this panic that things aren't going to fit me, so I made them up in a size 42, and even though my measurement said I should measure a size 38, the way that Wear Lemonade patterns work is they only have a 1 centimetre seam allowance, and the grading between sizes is much less than you'd get on something like a Tilly pattern. Something like, it looks like about 5 millimetres. So I didn't really feel that there was much room for error if I cut a size that was too small. So I cut a toile in a 42, and anyway it was way too big, so I've cut a 38, which is what the size chart says that my measurement is. Oh, the other thing is that there's not very much ease at all. If you look at the your body measurements and then the finished garment measurements, there's something like, I think there's an inch of ease factored in, so you've only got to get it 1 size wrong and then you've got something that's unwearably tight. And obviously because they're dungarees, I don't want them to be uncomfortable. The whole point of dungies is that they're for slobbing about and being comfy in. So on my cutting floor at the moment, there's this and also some mustard twill that I got from the Gold Hawk Road, that's in my Gold Hawk Road vlog, and they're both going to be the Fiona Dungarees. One of the things that I really need to do is make kind of comfy jersey separates, and so I have plans to make 3 Freya jumpers from Tilly's stretch book, and the first one I'm going to make with a remnant of black knitted fabric that I got from the FC Fabrics factory sale. I don't know what it's made of. It's made of something woolly, but it's going to make a black 3/4 length sleeve turtleneck that's quite cropped because there's not very much of it. This is also destined to be a Freya. I'm not mad keen on blue and yellow together, but I just like this because I just thought it was a bit bonkers. And this is from Abercan, and because when I went to Abercan I only bought remnants, and they're not priced by the metre, you weigh them. I can't quite remember how much this was, although I have got a list somewhere, and I'm going to do a proper video of my Abercan haul when I break down how much everything is. But I think this was maybe, I think it worked out about £4 a metre, and I've got about 1.5 metres of it. So I'm going to make that into a Freya jumper, but I thought what I'd do is put a frill round it, or maybe put a frill on the collar, or both. And this is going to be my other Freya, and this is just some cherry red knit fabric. I'm sure it's acrylic or polyester, and that's from Birmingham Rag Market, and that was £2 a metre, and I think I've got 1.5 or 2 metres of that. My next make is going to be a vintage pattern that my friend Sarah, who lives back up in Sheffield where I'm from, got on the phone to me and said, oh, I'm in a shop and they've got loads of vintage patterns, and bless her, she like stood there and took photographs of them and sent them me, and I went, oh, can I have that, can I have that? She bought them all for me and sent them down, bless. So this one is a kind of duster coat. I'm going to lengthen the sleeves to make them 3/4 length with like a roll back cuff on them, and make them, widen them so they're slightly sort of kimono like, or flared, slightly flared, and just have the buttons at the top. And I'm going to make it out of this yellow ponte that I got from my friend Chantel, who is at I Seem So Happy on Instagram, and she was having a de-stash. I'm sorry if the frame has changed, but I just checked and my camera had cut out because it had overheated, so I'm too hot. So yeah, I was talking about this lovely ponte. It's great quality, and it's going to make a really lovely long sort of duster coat, which will be a great transitional garment. This quilted green, I don't know if the camera is picking up the colour, but it's like a kind of deep jade. This was from the textile centre quite a while ago, and I'm going to make that into a cropped jumper with a funnel neck, like I'm going to borrow the funnel neck off the Coco top, but make it cropped like a seamwork Astoria. So that's going to be a little jumper that will look good with high-waisted trousers or look good under a pinafore. If I have time, which I won't, I'm going to make this fabric that I got from FC Fabrics sale. It's just sort of poly jersey and in a really nice dark floral, and this is going to be a Tilly Cleo dress with the ruffle sleeves like Abby of the Crafty Pinup did. I shall post a link to her tutorial to do that hack below. And finally I need to make a couple of sweatshirts. I've got the fabrics for the I Am Patterns Lion and Zebre sweatshirts, and I can't remember which one's which, but there's one has puff sleeves and one has bell sleeves, and they fasten at the top with a little some poppers, which I think is really cute touch. And I've got both of their patterns, and I'm going to make one as a zebra and one as a lion. I don't know which one's which. This fabric is from Barry on Norwich Market, and he's a really lovely guy, and he's got a really nice selection of fabrics. And if you live in East Anglia, you probably already know him, but go and say hello to him, because it's very nice and very helpful. And the black sweatshirting is just from the textile centre, and it was very cheap. I think it was £2 a metre, and I just bought it to make slobbing about house clothes really, and to sort of twirl things like jumpers that I've not made before. I've looked at a couple of tutorials for the Lion and Zebre, and it looks like they come up pretty large, and I'd rather have them a bit more closely fitted, but also I'd rather have them around my natural waist rather than around my hips. So it's quite good because it means you can get a jumper out of a lot less fabric. So yay for being short. So that is all my plans. They won't happen, and I'll be making a very shamefaced video next month saying, oh, I decided to make something completely different and I only made like 3 things, but it's fun to try, isn't it? So I hope you've enjoyed watching this. If you like this video, then please press subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Or leave comments telling me what you think. If you think my sewing plans are bonkers, then please refrain from leaving a comment, but if you like them, then please say hello, and I'll see you soon. But until then, happy sewing. Bye bye.